Welcome. I have been asked to make videos about photography and filming. This is the first video in a series about photography and filmmaking. Later in the series I will give some tips on how to use photographs or video to document. For example, to show that the earth is curving or not. In other words, this is a simple training for both flurfs and globers. Is that something you want me to address in upcoming episodes? Or if you have a question, leave a comment. The first thing many people think of when they say photography is cameras. The next thought is that they are expensive. I'm not going to start there. I don't think the first thing to do is to get expensive equipment. Start using what you have, whether it is an older camera or a mobile phone. Many people think that you have to have a backpack filled with expensive things to take good pictures. But the truth is that the equipment does not take good pictures on its own. As with much else, the most important thing is knowledge and planning. Most people who own a camera do not use the potential it has. Knowing the camera's strengths and weaknesses is important. Knowing the basics of how an image is created in the camera is also basic knowledge. If we look at many flat earth videos, then these are areas where flurfs usually fails. They have bought a Nikon P1000 and lack knowledge in how it works and how to photograph. How cameras work I will return to later in the series. Also how to use them. The basic thing is planning. What are I going to photograph and why, are questions I always ask myself before shooting or filming. If it is an assignment for a customer, I try to get what they expect, what they will use the material for. Most pictures I take are not spontaneous. That I manage to photograph many pictures of northern lights, for example, is no accident. They are usually carefully planned. First, I decide on a place that should be suitable, then I monitor forecasts regarding space weather, lunar phases, and clouds. Although the forecasts say that it will be northern lights, it is not certain that it will occur. So often you have to come back to the same place several nights to succeed in capturing the northern lights. This picture I planned to take and it took a year before I managed to catch it. It is in Sweden and I am mostly in Norway. When I am in Sweden I have a 60-minute trip to the place. There were 5 trips before I managed to capture the picture. The forecasts were positive at all times. Why do pros take better pictures? One explanation is that we take more pictures. In the past, when it was film in the cameras, every exposure cost money. We who work as photographers may have taken 3 films with 36 exposures in order to get a good picture, while a private person was trying to capture the image with 1 exposure. Another explanation is that we never show any failed pictures we take. If I photograph an ice hockey match, I usually take about 1,600 exposures. Of these, I deliver 60 to 70 pictures to my client. I save maybe 200 to 300 pictures in my archive and throw 1,300 to 1,400 pictures that nobody else but I have looked at. This is one of the reasons why I need expensive cameras. A cheaper camera I would wear out pretty quickly. The same goes for filming. Plan where, and what to film. Film a lot, and show only what's good. For example, let's look at a flurfs that wants to prove that we can see too far. Here I have taken part of a video from Ranty Flat Earth.
That's Devonshire Dock Hall from the bottom of this ramp, way away today by the Mirror Ball. Time right now is 10 to 10 and it's Tuesday. What date would it be? It's like Tuesday the 4th of December, something like that. And so essentially we're no more than, I'd say, what, 15 feet or so above actual sea level. It's amazing we can actually see such a long distance to even still see those buildings.
Did this go well for Ranty? Not particularly good, huh? What went wrong? The camera? No, it's not his Nikon P1000 that is the problem. Hard motive to film? No, rather the opposite. The weather? Not that either. This weather is not difficult to film in. What went wrong then? Two things went wrong. He is not using the camera properly and he has definitely not planned. Even if you succeed as badly as Ranty, you can save it afterwards. In this case, I would have taken still images from the video. A first image that establishes where he is. A picture at half the distance. And finally one with maximum zoom. Was video the best choice in this case for Ranty? He obviously had no tripod with him. A smarter choice would have been to take photos. Then it is also obvious that he did not decide before filming what to film. It would be much better if he sat down for a few minutes and thought about what he wanted to show us. Instead, he chased around with the camera so you almost get seasick. I will return to planning in upcoming videos. Before the next video, it is good if you bring the instruction book to your camera. Then we'll go through basic things about how a camera works. Also, start to think about what kind of videos and pictures you want to take. Feel free to leave a comment on this. Finally, if you want to support the channel, visit our store or Patreon page. Thanks for watching.